What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shock and the Nice Joke here with our Week 1 team build. Excuse me. Going against the Toronto Greninjas. If you do hear a train in the background, I do apologize, but I cannot control that. Anyways, we are here for Week 1 of the DDL, the Daily Bird Draft League, and like I said, we are going against the Toronto Greninjas and Coach Bali. If that's how he doesn't like his name pronounced, I'm going to apologize. We are taking Bali Week 1. This is actually Bali's team. We're facing Bali, and we get his Week 1 team. We get him Week 1 with his original team. So he's gonna kind of know the ins and outs of what this team can kind of do, and he can potentially plan around this team. So definitely something to note of as I grab the charger for my phone. Not phone, for my computer. My computer's about to die. And we would not want this computer dying in the middle of a recording. So, anyways, if you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Enjoy the Phil Shocker crew today because you'll be grilling with the king of the crew. With that being said, let's break down Bali's transfer team. I will double check to make sure if he makes any transactions and put those on there or talk about them in the battle tomorrow, which obviously is not going to be uploaded, but the day I'm recording this is actually the 9th, and on the 10th, I'm actually going to be battling him. We both were already built, so why not? But yeah, so Bali's new team that he took over, or was given in this sense, was Dragon Ball Ditto, Rotom Heat, Tauros, Drapion, Mega Mall, while Uxie, Venomoth, Gligar, Keldeo, and Lycanroc Dusk. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I actually forgot what his team was. I looked at Bali and I thought I had Bali's team, but they already transferred all the Pokemon. Excuse me. And I mistaked it, because I actually thought this was my team for a second, and then I was like, oh wait, it's not my team, and then I looked, oh, I got that team. So, I think we got a good pre-team matchup here. I think this is a really good, I think matchup semi in my favor here. It's not heavily or anything like that, but I think it's semi in my favor here. And, yeah, I think we're really got a good match, and let's go over this team. Look at his team. There is no way in heck he is bringing Keldeo or Lycanroc. Those two are never coming to this matchup. Never. They never come. Gligar, I don't think comes, but it can have the possibility to potentially show up. It is an annoying mon, but I think we got some good walls around it to kind of stop him from doing that. Venomoth, I'm not going to lie, I'm slightly terrified, because Venomoth can actually be a big threat. Quiver Dance, plus Dual Stab, plus Sleep Powder. I don't have a switch it. The good news is he would have to put at least one of my Pokemon to sleep, so I can kind of plan around it a little bit if I can. So, definitely something to note with there. It's most likely going to be maybe a tinted lens set. Because right now my only answer to it, if it was start setting up, would be Runarigus, and that's something I just got to be very careful not to put to sleep. We could also see maybe like a sub Quiver Dance with a tinted lens as well, but I think just Quiver Dance, Sleep Powder, 2 attacks just really do a lot. But I don't know if it comes. I can see it coming though, so who knows. Uxie is a very strong potential bring on his end, because Uxie can definitely be an annoying with Memento or something like that. And also being a Stealth Rocker, Toxic User. It's just a really annoying Pokemon that I can see being brought versus. I don't know if he's going to fully want to bring it, especially when I have a Ghost type and a Dark type. That combined total can actually just really wall and just beat Uxie 1v1. Also, I do apologize for every notification you are hearing. I cannot control that in my regards, so... Excuse me. Hold on, I'm just doing something here, guys. There we go. Fix that. But, yeah. So look at the 6. I think Dragapult's a must come. Dragapult is just super annoying versus our team. It's very hard for our team to switch into. Ditto is always very annoying. Rotom Heat, I think, is a really good defensive piece that he needs to kind of just wall some things on my team. Tauros, I have no good switch into Tauros. I think like a Body Slam, Throat Chop, potentially Thunderbolt, maybe. Again, potentially. And if it gets a fighting type move, I do expect like a Life Orb Sheer Force set. It could also maybe be an Assault Vest, Life Orbs, Assault Force, Sheer Force set as well. Who knows? I think Drapion's got a really good matchup. I think Drapion's kind of needed to check semi-check Runerigas and also to check Latios, because Latios can kind of just get walled by Drapion a lot. And I do think Mega Mawile has a relatively good matchup. I think Sucker Punch priority is going to be really important for him in this matchup. I do expect Dual Stab against my team, and I do kind of see Thunder Punch being the last move as well. I don't think we're going to see a Swords Dance Mawile set. But as you're going to see with some of our mons, we're going to be very risky with that Mawile, and it's not going to probably be the best risk for us to go with. But let's go ahead and break down the team we're going to be using for this week. We're going to kick it off with Porygon 2, the Duck! Like, looking at Porygon 2, Porygon 2 is just fits so well against this team, because we know for a fact he's not bringing his fighting type. His fighting type does not have a really good matchup at all against our team. And I think that's what's really kind of cool about our team. Our team really does kind of have that good pressure to not be really wary about fighting types. And looking at the fighting type being Keldeo, when we've got a good electric Pokemon in Rotom-Mow, we've got Milotic, which just walls it with Miracle and everything like that. Glaceon can take a hit and then Freeze Dry, potentially kill it back. We have Weezing, which can take hits and just knock it out. Corviknight that takes hits, knocks it out. And just having a Latios that just destroys it as well. I think it's just really good synergistically, depending on the fighting type, of course. But I think Porygon 2 is a really good mon. We are running Teleport this week with Shadow Ball and Tri-Attack. Shadow Ball is literally just there for the Dragon Ball. Tri-Attack just does everything else we want. Recover there to just keep our longevity. I know for a fact that eventually I'm going to get knocked off. But this thing's going to be designed to be a little more physically defensive than specially defensive. Just because I want to take a little bit more hits better from the Tauros and stuff like that. We do need to be careful of potential Facade Tauros if he's going to scout for that. Excuse me. Because Tauros with Facade, it could be scary. It could definitely be scary. But we do have Teleport there for momentum purposes, whether it be a slow or potentially, I don't know, maybe fast Teleport. I have no idea. But Shadow Ball, and we are running Download. Download, I looked at the matchup here, and I was just looking at defenses. Literally, for the most part, we get a special attack raise every single time with Download, except for a few Pokemon, and then there's some Pokemon that tie, so I don't know what happens when it goes for a tie on the speed or anything like on the defenses. I don't know if it's going to be random, or if it goes based off its stats. So if it's weaker attack, then obviously it would be special attack for some certain mons, and it could be physical attack for some other things. But I thought like Porygon 2 was a good bring, and plus I really do need to bring Porygon 2, as I do need a little bit more of answer to Dragapult, because Dragapult really can't touch Porygon 2 all that well. If it's a Dragon Dance set, it doesn't really touch me at all. Even if it's Specs, I can still take some hits from it regardless, unless it's crippling me down or crits me or something. But I generally think Porygon 2 is a really good bring this week, and I'm really excited to try it. Up next, we are bringing Marvel Skill Milotic River here, where we are running more specially defensive than a physically defensive set. With the Marvel Scale, if you kind of incorporate it, it is probably a good balance of mixed defenses here. We are running Marvel Scale, like I said, just to be a little annoying. With Recover Toxic Skull, that Ice Beam. Ice Beam's really just there for Gligar, and Ice Beam's also really be just there for the Dragapult, so we can either try to weaken it down or kill it, depending on what its role is. Toxic is just to be annoying. That is literally all this is. Now, obviously, immunity from Gligar is a little annoying, but Gligar can't do anything against Milotic because I can just Scald or Ice Beam Burn it. It's freeze it or burn it, one of the two. Oh, excuse me. And I just felt like it was a really good bring on this end. We were running 230 in HP, 232 in HP, 84 in defense, 148 speed up, calm nature, so we can be able to take a really good Voltage and Thunderbolt from the Rotom-Mow, and then be able Rotom Heat, and be able to click Scald and either go for the kill, or to be able to put in a lot of damage to where it can be put in range of other things in our team. And we do have 44 speed. Now, that speed's a really interesting, weird thing to think right there, right? This is just in case if it's fully defensive Rotom, which like it's max HP, either max defense, max speed up, or split between defense and speed up, or some potential HP investment crossover, and then going with special defense, special attacks, defense, and special defense. If he's got speed, he'll be faster than us, so that'll be a good piece of information to know about that. If he doesn't have speed, this is faster than him. It could get a surprise kill, or a surprise crippling effect on him as he tries to maybe set up a nasty blow or something like that, potentially, if he's that type of set. So, definitely something to know. I do need to be careful about potential Trick Rotom Heat, just because I do not want to lose my Marvel's Flame Orb until I am burned. And when I am burnt, then we are good to go and to roll with that Charlie Brown. With our third mon this week, we are bringing Majora here with the Culver Berry. Now, honestly, it makes sense, yeah, right? Cassib Berry. Cassib Berry would make a lot more sense And as my cat digs his nails into my skin and just hurts me. With Culver Berry, it lets me take a hit from the Drapion. Let's say it's Sugarberry Drapion, I get Trick Room up, as you're going to see here, and this is where I'm telling you where it's going to be the risky game to bring Trick Room. But if we bring Trick Room Rodriguez and we go for Earthquake, he Sugarberry, he can take the one, he goes for the knockoff, tries to kill us. Culver Berry keeps it in, and then we can live. If Mawil's semi-weakened down and we can kill it with Earthquake, and he goes for Sucker Punch as we are faster in Trick Room, then the Culver Berry eats that up for us, and we can kill it back. So do want to make sure we ring Cobra this week. I think Sidberry could have been also really good, but I think with him just having priority in a Dark type move and then having a Dark type that can actually, if it's prepared correctly and brought in at the right moment in time with a Shuckleberry, it could definitely put a back burner on us to do a lot of damage. I could have brought ESP or Meowstic, but the potential chances of Infiltrator, I didn't like that, and also I just didn't like the fact that we just kind of struggle with Dark and like Ghost this week because the Dark and Ghost type Pokemon are actually pretty good against us. So, but I think Runerigus can actually put in a lot of good breaking offensive pairing right here, and I think it can put in a ton of work. Up next, we are bringing our Ashgren Greninja here. We do need to build it in this form, and I did build it in the form that where regular Greninja does outspeed. Now Ash Greninja. Now, why did I not build it in Ash Greninja form? It's because it won't matter once this thing goes. Like, obviously, building it in regular Greninja form does not make much sense when it's Ashgren, right? But if I build it in Ashgren, I'm going to have unnecessary speed that I need, where I can already get that unnecessary speed when I get my Battle Bond off. So I figure this is what we're going to go with. But we are running Water Shuriken, Dark Pulse, Extra Sensory, and Surf. Water Spam is very, very good in this matchup. Dark Pulse is kind of just the niche kind of thing we wanted there. And Extra Sensory is literally just there for Keldeo. If I don't see Keldeo, I don't care. I can just spam my Water and Dark Pulse just freely. We are running Choice Scarf, so we can outspeed Dragapult. So if Dragapult is not Choice Scarf, we do outspeed it. And we also made sure that we were faster than Choice Scarf Keldeo, if the Keldeo did come as a Scarfer. So we did take some insurance policies to prep around Keldeo in case Keldeo was a little bit of a problem versus us. So definitely something to take for there. But I think, honestly, once we get into our Battle Bond form, we literally can just nab a kill almost instantly and just start clicking buttons. I think Greninja's matchup is actually really, really good, and I hope to be able to do well with Greninja in this matchup. Up next, we're bringing Ruby, our Mega Latios this week. We are bringing pretty much a defensive calm mindset here. Like, obviously, this screams for toxic, right? It just screams for toxic. But there's some good and bad when it comes to this set. The good news is this. We can get free Calm Mind going off here and start setting up with Recover and be able to keep it around. But we do have Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse is our main attacking move of stab of choice this week, just because I felt like I hit a lot of things that I really wanted to hit. We do have Hidden Power Ground. Now, I want to say this again. Excuse me, by the way. Excuse me again, sorry. Any Hidden Power, Return, Pursuit, or anything like that is brought back is legal. I will say, cut moves are allowed. So, with that being said, Mega Latios having Hidden Power Ground hits both Drapion and Mega Mawile. It's two best counters, even though we do have Mystical Fire. Now, the reason why I didn't go Mystical Fire over Hidden Power Ground, I wanted something to hit Drapion. So if I start Calm Minding, I'm going to do one or two things. I want to hit Drapion and do two things. Either pop it Shuckleberry, so that way when Runerigus comes in, it gets Trick Room off. It either gets to kill the Drapion, or it kills it kills something else as they try to weaken down my thing here or something like that. Go from there and stuff like this. But with having it around, it also checks that Mega Mawile, and it definitely does force Mawile to be very careful around me. It can't just freely switch in on me because of the fact that it could have Mystical Fire or Hidden Power on something like that. So definitely something that's got to be careful. I think Drapion's always the go-to best switch-in for me. And again, I don't know if I expect Assault Vest Drapion. I do see Shuckleberry Drapion being a little bit more viable against my team. So who knows. I think Latios can actually do a lot of work. We're running max HP, 128 defense, and 136 speed. The speed is designed to outspeed Drapion. Now, this is a really weird Latios set. I do understand that. But I think, now thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense to run this. Just because I can outspeed fast Drapion as it's trying to outspeed a lot of things on my team, so I can just be able to be ensure that I am faster than, unless it's Choice Scarf for some weird reason. I've never heard of Choice Scarf Drapion. But I felt like with this set, even though more likely we can get potentially Taunted or potentially Toxic, I felt like this set was really good. I would have loved Sub, but I don't think Sub was the way to go this matchup, especially when I don't hit a lot of things for super effective to neutral damage. And going to our last one, we are bringing Doug Dimmadome here with the Black Sludge. We are running Timid, which is really weird, I know. Max HP, 152 Spadef, 104 Speed. That speed guarantees outspeed, max speed, Adamant Mawile. Now, I do understand that it makes no sense to run speed investment with this thing, especially against a Mawile, when Mawile is most likely not going to have speed. But Mawile could try to outspeed a zero speed invested Wheezing, which it easily could do with an Adamant Nature, I feel like, or potentially Jolly if they had to go that route. So I felt like that was a really good way. We have Sludge Wave, Fire Blast, Will-O-Wisp, and Strange Steam. Dual Stab hits a good part of his team for the most part. And we do have the Will-O-Wisp there to just burn anything and everything I want. If Drapion has no speed, I think we can actually outspeed Drapion. Let me look here. 226 speed. No, we don't. So no matter what, we're not going to be outspeeding Drapion. So that's something. But I felt like Weezing was a pretty good mon this week. I did have a little bit of a challenge trying to build this week, just because I really didn't know what to bring this game. I was kind of thinking Inferno for a while, but I didn't know if I really liked that. Rotomo's not too terrible, but I don't want to... I mean, Battle of the Rotoms would be kind of cool, something like that. And then Glaceon, I was actually a little low-key, not going to lie, actually kind of thinking about it. But then I was thinking, okay, I need to break through Mega Mawile then, and then I can kind of just and break through Rotom, and then I can kind of just kill something. But I decided not to go there. I think these six were the safest six to go with. We do have a bit of a mini Trick Room team coming against him, so definitely, as we know, we do need to be careful not to click Trick Room, though, if we don't need to, because if we do click Trick Room, we actually will lose speed against Mawile. And actually, real quick, as I go back to the duck, I didn't even know to pointing this out for myself, to make sure I tell you guys. We are specifically running 26 and IVs. Now, this is very, 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 very risky. And very risky, you might be asking. Yes. And the reason why is because with Mega Mawile, let's look here. Mawile with an Adamant Nature hits 136 speed. The only way Mawile underspeeds me, not Timid, that's the wrong one. Let's do this. Mawile hits 122 if he's a minus speed nature. Now, the possibility of him running a minus speed nature, I don't think is possible. Unless he's really going to try to counter my Trick Room against me. So, what I decided to do is run for an Adamant spread. So, it's not the smartest decision, but he's actually faster than me outside of Trick Room. But in Trick Room, I'm faster. That's another reason why I could have ran Analytic in this matchup, but I felt, again, Download was just a no-brainer out drawn back play. Now, obviously, I cannot touch Mawile as well. Now, Tri-Attack needs to get lucky for us to do so, but otherwise, Shadow Ball plus Tri-Attack is our West Way, and he really doesn't have a good switch in normal type moves on my team as well. But that's for the team, guys. Like I said, on May 10th was the day that the video will be recorded. It's not going to be obviously up right now, but the game plan tomorrow is to battle and then just hopefully pick up our first win with a team we didn't draft. So, really excited for this league. Really excited to just get into it and just go into a new adventure. But thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Fish Soccer crew today because you'll be friendly with the king of the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Until next time, everybody. Peace.